Greetings, I'm Cordell Anderson, Volunteer Executive Director of the Guatemalan Foundation, previously the Foundation for Indian Development. We are a 501c3 non-profit corporation managed by volunteers and supported by donations, with an astounding 93% of donations going directly to helping needy rural Mayans and other Guatemalans since 1969. It is a nearly half-century track record of dedication and success. Now let's head for Guatemala to see how the work is going in March 2014. We'll call this YouTube video number 22 from 2014, focusing on projects among the Mayan Pocumchi of Alta Verapaz. Here we see where Guatemala is in relation to the United States, just a couple of thousand miles south on Mexico's southern border. Let's learn just a little bit about the land of the Mayas with the area of our focus, Alta Verapaz, darkened. Overall, it's a small country of 42,000 square miles that is comparable to Tennessee in size. However, those from the west will relate better to Utah. We see here roughly, which is twice the size of Guatemala, but with 13 million people in Guatemala compared to 3 million in Utah. Most of you know our other project area is Patsicilla, with Alta Verapaz 5 hours to the northeast on a paved highway now. So far this year, 2 newsletters called The Voice have described our projects in these 2 areas. The Patsicilla area's 2 schools are very successful in full swing with an excellent staff of Mayan Cachiquel teachers, now in its 32nd year, along with the Ariel and Ines Anderson Chuluk Village School. Today, we'll focus on Alta Verapaz. You see here, made up of mountains, perpetually green. The department is like a county. It is 3,354 square miles compared to Juab County in Utah. But in population, Juab has only 10,341 residents in 2012, but Alta Verapaz with 1 million. 85% of whom are Quechua and Pocumchi Mayan Indians. Another comparison I like, due to my Hayuina Wilderness Project, now in its 12th year, is that the Hayuina mountain range is 3,500 square miles, comparable to Alta Verapaz at 3,350 square miles. So there are your comparisons. Now on to Alta Verapaz, zeroing in on just the southern municipality of Santa Cruz Verapaz. In this Google Earth view, we see the highway coming from Guatemala City, which is 120 miles distant, and we see right in the middle the Cruce del Cid, or the crossroads, where there's the turnoff that goes to the Valparaiso area where we lived for many, many years. In Alta Verapaz, we have specialized in helping this mountainous area, which is only 19 square miles with 20,000 residents, mostly Indians, as it is the poorest in the country, with few, if any, aid organizations functioning there except for the foundation. From high up in the mountains, we look down on one of the remote villages. You can see a cornfield to the right after burning and ready for planting, using, of course, the slash and burn method of agriculture. Look carefully, and you'll see a red roof building way down in the bottom of this hole, I guess we could call it, or canyon. Which is one of our objectives in distributing school supplies to 21 of the 31 rural schools in Santa Cruz Verapaz. Our regional director is retired Professor Federico Velez, who we have worked with for 42 years. He is totally dedicated to his people, giving of himself as a volunteer all of these years. And I'll mention a little bit more about him at the end of this video. But he used his 1987 Toyota pickup to visit the 21 schools, traveling 271 miles to distribute supplies to 3,000 students at a cost roughly of about $1 per student. which is the money we had available. If with more money, we of course could take care of the other 10 schools too. From this point on, we will now take the tour, along with Federico, distributing these school supplies to these 3,000 children. And I will try and mention names of schools as we go along. That they won't always perhaps be the one that we are looking at the moment, but I'll try and do the best I can in all of this. But we first visit the Panaha village school, and later we come to the Chiho school with its students. And then we go on to after seeing several views of them, we go on to we crossed this bridge to the I believe it's the Chilicom Village School, suspension bridge, which we helped build a number of years ago. And we come then after the Chilicom School, we come to the La Laguneta School, with a couple of views, including some of the parents with their little babies waiting for their own children to get out of school, and Federico distributing the supplies. Then we go on to other schools such as Nakitob, way up in the mountains. We get to the Pambach School. And later on, we come to the Chichahao School, and some of these pictures we see the children lined up outside, and others we'll see them in their classrooms. But then there's the San Rafael School, and later we come to the La Isla Village. You'll notice that some of this terminology is terminology in Spanish. Some of these names are, of course, in Pocomchi. But then we come eventually to the Santa Elena School, another Spanish name for this village. And this is a very large school, and all of these schools we have helped in one way or another. If it wasn't in the construction of the school itself, it was adding on a kitchen or sanitary or restroom facilities, or adding on a classroom, helping them with their electricity, with their potable water systems. Here's a school that has a little store so the children can purchase little items during the recess time. We go on to Chitul, and then venture off to the Peña del Gallo village and school. And some of these trips required going down very narrow little roads where Federico had got stuck trying to turn around. Others are way up high in the mountains where he did have to use his four-wheel drive to get up to these areas. Later there's the Moshinha School, the Sakiha School. Eventually we came to he had to attend to two schools that are very, very remote. It's a gate managed by a plantation owner that was closed, and he couldn't get down there, and so the children hiked hours up to the place where Federico was able to get to it with his pickup truck. And there the Carchela School were given their school supplies. El Zapote School. Now these are two schools way down near the Chicxoy Dam and 50-mile long reservoir. A very hot country, and you'll notice in some of those pictures the skirts that the Indian women and girls are wearing are wraparound rather than the full skirts of the Pocomchi and the Quechua Indians. And then we come to the Italia Rosario School, which is up above Valparaiso, where we lived. I lived for how many years? At least 26 years, more I guess. Now we, last of all, we come to the Valparaiso area. And here in the Google Earth view, you see again the highway coming from Guatemala City, and the Cruce del Cid it was called, and it still is called that, even though the Center for Indian Development doesn't exist anymore, except at the school. But there, the road turns in, and just a little ways down from the highway is the Valparaiso community and the Valparaiso School that you see also here on Google Earth. And zooming in just a little bit, you can see the large white buildings right in the middle there. That's the LDS chapel that sort of overlooks the whole community, which we established for all the residents of what was previously the Valparaiso plantation. But then we now zoom in on the school, Valparaiso School, and unload our supplies. Now, I might mention that property that we're seeing from the Google Earth view is the property that I donated to the government, and the foundation provided materials to construct the school, and the people did the work to produce the school, which is now the largest school in the whole area. A few years ago, they decided to put my name on it. I guess since I donated the property and have been helping them ever since, add on to it many times, as you will see. But in the office, you can see a lot of pictures there, and it reminds us of the project we had two years ago after the passing of my daughter Julie, who we called the first volunteer. And you see here in a montage of pictures how the education evolved at Valparaiso, with Julie being the first teacher of the little children, and it eventually developed into a school with all 6 grades, with 110 students, and all kinds of things that are described in other YouTube videos and photo essays. But we built in Julie's name a classroom, and we remodeled the kitchen too, that you see here. But this is the classroom, the Julie Memorial Classroom, which is for the kindergarten children. And then you see on the upper level all these other classes, and some of them you can see are very crowded with children. There are now over 400 children in the grade school level in all of these classes you see here. And then we go look down to the soccer field and the area where they have other activities. And down there is a large building with that had, I think it was, 4 classrooms, which also included an incredible achievement. Federico was able to help them establish there in the afternoons a junior high school with started with 80 students. It probably has 90 or more now, I'm not sure, but it's probably one of the few rural areas in the whole country that has a junior high school. But this building down there, we helped them build another classroom onto it this last year. You see here, and here you see Federico in with the junior high school students. In the morning, of course, all these classrooms down there are used for all of these other classes that you see here in a series of pictures. Then we come to the kitchen that we helped them rebuild here when we did the classroom for Julie. And then it's on the children all got together with the director of the school, a new director that I haven't met yet, but he's holding up my picture there along with the children, so they all gathered to receive their school supplies. So there's over 500 children now at that school. It has some desperate needs that we're working on, and so Federico got the Valparaiso Improvement Committee together to discuss how the community could help in these projects, and how much they could donate in labor and in materials and in money. And then Federico got help from various government agencies, and then the foundation is throwing in the balance. And here you see what the projects are. The outhouse or the sanitary facilities are the same ones we built many years ago. Just awful. as you see here, most of the children, of course, haven't wanted to use them for years, and so they just go off along the river and look for a secluded spot to take care of their needs. But now new sanitary facilities are being built. There will actually be flush toilets for the first time, and so you see several units here of toilet facilities being built. And so that project is underway right now, and we do need some more money to be able to complete that. At the same time, we're also helping them build a storage room that will be secure for their kitchen supplies, for their nutrition program. I should have mentioned before, the electrification of Julie's classroom and the other classrooms is underway too. And all these projects are going on at the same time now, and so we need some help to complete them. And then there's these grandparents with this bunch of beautiful grandchildren that they've had to take in their dirt floored home, and we actually are under construction right now, but I don't have current pictures. But it's the construction of a new addition to their home is underway right now, and in the next report we'll show you pictures of that. Last of all, we were visited by Humberto, our director from the Patsicilla area, who came to deliver to Federico a computer. They are sharing. They've shared one computer with the Ariel and Ines Anderson Chuluk School, and now they've shared another of their computers with Federico. So for the first time, he will have a computer and not have to always seek for what they call down in Guatemala internet cafes. And here Humberto is with his driver having lunch in Federico's home. And so we're dealing here with the construction of the addition to the home of these grandparents so they can take care of these beautiful children. And of course we hope to be able to help them all get in school too. And so this is a project in which we need your help right now. So please help put a smile on their faces and also help them get into school. And I promise you it will also put a smile on your face by helping in that project, along with these other projects of helping the children. You can, of course, donate online through the Guatemalan Foundation's website. Or you can send your donations to Post Office Box 1296 in American Fork, Utah, zip code 84003. Now this area, all these projects that we've seen here are being supervised voluntarily by Federico Velez, and he's been doing this, risking his life, using everything he has. He doesn't charge for the phone or the use of a computer or internet cafe. He rarely does he ever charge for travel expenses. He's just one incredible human being, and we feel that we have to stand behind him and support him in every way we can. And so please help in that and in doing all these kinds of projects, be it emergency aid projects. Mostly, of course, it's education. But this, through all these projects, many thousands of lives have been saved, and tens of thousands of children have been aided in their education, a better education than they would have got otherwise. And all of these projects are supervised by Federico in this Alta Verapaz area. So please help us all you can by donating online at GuatemalanFoundation.org, or send your donations to the foundation in American Fork, Utah. So thanks for listening, and please help us now. We've got some great things going, and we've just got to complete these projects, and then we'll take on others. We have a whole folder full of things that need to be done. So please help us all you can. Thanks.